For my second whiskey of the night, I don't even know if I can call this a whiskey. It is the Mainland Whiskey Time Machine. 375 mils, non-chill filtered, handmade in BC, 44% alcohol by volume. I'll pour a dram and then I'll tell you what else about it. It's got this kind of hokey, kind of down-home kind of feel to it. Okay, it's a screw top. And it's a drum. Okay. Now what it says on the back label of this Mainland Whiskey Time Machine. What is Time Machine? Time Machine uses wizardry to create whiskey for you. Younger than it seems, bold, balanced, and smooth. Not aged in a barrel, but in an electric box. Wired with time-altering devices, shaking, glowing, pushing, and humming. Aging whiskey faster than time itself. Batch number 9. Marked here with a, if you can see that, black magic marker. I don't know, should I be scared? Should I be afraid? First, I should maybe have a oat cake. It's cracker time. Remove every trace of the last whiskey that was left in my mouth. Just get it gone. Okay. Get some anaconda action going here. And what have we got for sheeting action? And then there's a ridge there. The ridge drops slowly forming and slowly sliding down. Not bad for viscosity on the secondaries. 44% alcohol by volume. I think this may have been quite expensive for what I'm getting. So, 375 mils, that's half a bottle. So the price was $26.99. So 2.7 divided by 2 is $1.39 for the goods and services tax, plus was it 26 or 28.99? Oh no, that was 28.99. Okay, start again. 2.9 divided by 2 is $1.45. That's our goods and services tax, plus 2.9. That's our BC liquor tax, plus 10-cent bottle deposit as always, plus 28.99 is equal to 33.44 out the door. Now you multiply that by 2 for the full size bottle, 66.88 if it was a full size 750 ml bottle. But it's half that price. So maybe, in order to try it, maybe it's not such a bad idea that it's a smaller bottle like that. Remains to be seen. I haven't had a smell of it yet. It's Canadian whiskey. It's handmade in British Columbia. It's Mainland whiskey. What's the address? Oh, it's non-chill filtered as well. Here we are. Mainland Whiskey Limited, mainlandwhiskey.com, drink responsibly. And on this side it says, water, organic corn, barley, yeast, American oak, subsonic sound. Mashed and distilled at Mainland Whiskey, South Surrey, BC. Oh, This is the first time I've had a whiskey that was matured electronically. That was matured not spending time in a barrel. I'm getting some kind of a woody note. The woody note is reminds me of barn board. That old gray wood that was the siding of a barn for decades and decades. And it probably has mushrooms and other kinds of fungus growing out of it. This actually does remind me of mushrooms and fungus. It's a bit woody. There's a kind of a minty note, but the minty note is mixed with something else. And I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of vanilla now. It's creeping in from underneath that artificial woody smell. It's going to take me a while to nose this. It's when you can't really put your finger on what it is that you're smelling. It has a kind of a savory mushroom kind of note, like a cream of mushroom soup. And that I'm just reminded so much of fungus. I don't know why. And like I said, there was a bit of vanilla creeping into the nose. I can't say that it smells great. It doesn't smell exactly like whiskey. Okay, I'm gonna have to taste this, but first let me get. I know I'm stalling. I have to psych myself up for this. I had never heard of this before. I just saw it on the shelf and I thought, whoa, I've heard of people making whiskey this way, but I've never tried that. So this will be my first try of a in an electric box wired with time-altering devices. Ah. You know what this reminds me of now that I'm nosing it again? It reminds me of the Resurrection Rye, which I didn't like. Okay, I got my courage together. I got my mojo going. Let's taste it. Really? Yeah. In all fairness, I'll have to give it a second sip. But this, I think, will go into my infinity bottle of things I don't like. This is not to my taste at all. It's it's immature. It's somewhat harsh. It's quite minty, but it's like a artificial mint. And it's just not. It reminds me too much of Resurrection Rye for me to enjoy it. Even though there's no rye in it. I usually like rye, but this, once again, water, organic corn, barley. So there's some malted barley, some organic corn, American oak, subsonic sound, mashed and distilled. Mainland whiskey. Subsonic sound. I really don't know. It's a gimmick, I think. No. No, there's an off-putting note here. This just does not this reminds me too much of Resurrection Rye on the nose. There's an off-putting, you want to call it sour note? Oh no, this is not good at all. This is not at all to my liking. What a waste of money. It's a novelty item. If I do anything with it, it's going to go into my infinity of things that I don't like. And it's probably going to make the infinity of the things that I don't like even worse. Because in order to make that infinity bottle palatable, I had to add things to it that I actually liked in order to make it palatable, and it's only barely so right now. This, no, 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 no. This is not enjoyable at all. I don't even think you can call this a whiskey because it wasn't really aged in a barrel.
Mm.
In Canada, it has to be aged 3 years in oak to be able to be called a whiskey. So calling this a whiskey is, it says mellow and sweet. It's not that mellow, it's kind of rough. And sweet, no. It's more sour than sweet. Oh. This is not good, folks. This is not, no. I can't even finish this. I can't. I just can't. I can't down.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.